Hi guys, I have got a little experiment today. I am going to be comparing a damp refresh to a wet refresh and seeing which side of my hair I think looks better. Now obviously you can see that two sides of my head look slightly different, so without further ado, let's see how I got on and which side is which. So this is what we are working with currently. It's a little bit crazy. I didn't protect my hair last night because my scalp was a bit sort of achy where I had it just thrown up in a bun for most of the day, so I didn't want to then sleep with it up overnight. And this morning I just chucked it up in my new banana clip. I think I'm going to do a video playing with this soon, so keep your eyes peeled. So it's just a little bit floofy, but you know, that's what refreshers are for. So what I've got is just my spray bottle. All that's in here is a little bit of water. I tend to use water from the kettle, so if I have a little bit of extra water left over from my morning brew, that's what goes in here. I know some people do use tap water. I don't know why I do it from the kettle. I think it might just be ponciness on my part because it's like sterile or whatever. And then what I've got is my Lush all-in-one style of curly hair. All-in-one or 3-in-1? Step 3 all-in-one. I do have a video of me using this entire range if you guys wanted to go check that out. And that's all I'm going to use today. Sometimes when I do a refresh I do like to add a bit of mousse or gel depending on what I think my hair needs, but in the interest of just comparing the wet versus damp styling, I don't think I'm going to add anything else, mainly because I haven't got any other products up with me. So all I'm going to do is just 4 pumps, one for luck, of the all-in-one styler. It's water activated, which I find really interesting, so it's best used either like this, diluted in water, or on soaking wet hair. I'm not sure what would happen if you put it on dry hair. I'm assuming it would just go gunky and gross. Giving it a good shake, as you can see, and this is what we're left with. It's slightly cloudy and nice and frothy. So like I said, this is going to be the full wet side, this is going to be just the damp side. So I'm going to split my hair in two. A bit tangly where I didn't protect it. And I'm just trying to think. I am going to section it. I wasn't going to, but I am this time. So I've got my little bird clips, alligator clips, whatever you want to call them, and I'm just splitting my hair in half again. Nothing like majorly fancy. I know some people when they section they use combs and that. I just tend to use my fingers. Oh, a little bit snaggy there. And then I'm just, like I say, just clipping it up out the way. Nice. And then what I'm going to do is this side, I am just going to get the water coming, just give it a little spritz so it's damp but not soaking. Gently sort of run my fingers through, not quite finger combing, but I don't know if this is called roping. Then give my hair a little scrunch to put that bounce back in. And then this side, I am going to get my hair wet, but not soaking wet, because that takes too long to dry. It smells really nice, this stuff. This whole range smells really nice, like quite sort of fresh and clean smelling, not too overpowering. So again, I'm just gently, again, not combing it through, I don't know what this is called, this method. And then giving it a scrunch again. Like in here, this side is squelching slightly where it's wetter. Damp, wet. My voice has come back now, by the way. If you watched my last video, I don't know if it was flu, but I was so ill, I completely lost my voice. So I'm there trying to talk, I keep coughing and hacking my guts up. It's awful. Wasn't COVID though. And then I'm going to attempt to get the underneath damp. Again, just gently smoothing down any frizzies and then giving it a little scrunch. What I like about this all-in-one styler is, like I say, I do sometimes add like a mousse or a gel just for that little bit of extra hold, but you don't need to. So if you're pressed for time, just the little mixture I've made, give your hair a spritz, smooth, scrunch, you're done. It's just made my refreshers so much quicker because I'm lazy. So some days I will do a full wet, get it soaking, brush it, add more products, but more often than not I just do this now. So this side again, I'm getting wet but not soaking. Still a little bit wet. This bottle was blast you in the face. I did have the ones with the sort of trigger that you press and hold, like a Febreze bottle, but I don't know if I just got a dodgy one, but I was having to sort of pump it to get the water going, and then the pressure kept dropping, so it was just trickling out, and then the whole thing broke. I was gutted. So that bottle, the pink one that you've just seen me use there, actually used to have my floor cleaner in it. I used to just give it a spray on the floor and then give it a wipe over, back when my kitchen was a lot smaller than the one I currently have. Damp, wet, back of my hair is pretty much sort of caught as well. So what I'm going to do now is diffuse my hair. Where it's just a refresh, I'm going to do it on medium heat, low speed. I might do high speed to begin with on this side just to speed up the drying time. And then we will go through the results. I doubt there will be a cast to scrunch out, that hard crunchy shell. I don't think I'm going to get that because this doesn't have enough hold. So it'll just be a sort of fluff and final thoughts bit. So let's dry. So I think my hair is mostly dry. I don't know about you, but I am so bad at diffusing my hair. I get so bored. So I'm going to stop for now. So just look at the results. So just to recap, in case you've forgotten in the last like 2 minutes, this side was the damp refresh. This side was the wet refresh. Now straight away, I'm going to say I thought my hair would prefer a wet refresh because it is more prone to frizz. But looking at these results, I think the damp refresh side is better. I don't know if it's just because this side is still slightly damp. I'd say this is about 80% dry. This side is about 90-95% dry. But looking at my reflection in the mirror behind, that's why I keep sort of looking down. These curls feel and look more bouncy, more sort of voluminous, whereas this side, they're more defined, but there is that lacking volume. So my roots feel more or less the same amount of dryness, but I still think I've got more volume and like definition and just generally better results on the damp side, which, like I say, that has surprised me. Obviously, every head of hair is different, so my hair, like I say, seems to prefer a damp refresh over a wet refresh. That's not to say that a damp refresh is better than a wet refresh, because obviously some hair will react better to having that extra water in their hair. The other benefit of adding less water during a refresh is obviously it takes less time to dry. I think this side, if I remember rightly, looking at the time lapse, took about 2 minutes. This side was I was diffusing, I would think, for sort of 4 or 5 minutes, and then I got bored and stopped. And like I say, it's still ever so slightly damp. So depending on sort of how much time you have, it might be worth exploring the damp refresh as opposed to a wet refresh. So like I said, a damp refresh, yeah, my voice is starting to go again now. Like I said, a damp refresh is not 100% guaranteed better than a wet refresh. I just think my hair personally prefers it if I have enough water in it and product to sort of reactivate the products I've already got in my hair and smooth down any frizzies. But I think any more than that, and it could do with maybe incorporating a brush, which, to be fair, normally when my hair is wet I do brush style. I just didn't want to do it today because I felt like that wouldn't be an accurate result because I didn't brush style this side. So that is it for today's super speedy wet versus damp refresh. Let me know down in the comments your thoughts, if you're team wet refresh or damp refresh. As I said, keep an eye out. At some point I will be playing with this hair clip in more detail and demoing how to use it. I've got a couple of product reviews coming up as well soon. So I've been given some goodies. So make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss it. Also, please don't forget to like this video and share it with your friends, and like I said, leave a comment. It all helps build my channel and gets me out there basically. So thank you again for tuning in, and I will see you soon. Bye bye. Because that will just sort of, yeah, that. Yeah. I said that differently, I've confused myself now.